Good day. So this presentation is about our RFID classroom attendance logging system. So this system is a Python-based database application built with Django, along with Django's own templating system, and Tailwind CSS for the styling, and a MySQL or MariaDB compatible database. So the project solves a common classroom problem. So we all know that manual attendance takes time. It is repetitive and can produce errors when records are transferred from paper to a spreadsheet or database. So this system lets instructors manage class sections, students, rosters, and attendance sessions. So during a class, student can tap their student ID, which is embedded with RFID. Then the bridge sends the UID to the Django backend, and the system automatically records whether the student is present, late, or absent, depending our application follows the Django's MTV pattern, which is Django's version of MVC. So the models define the database tables and constraints. So we have a views handle page. The views here handle the page requests, form submissions, and search endpoints, as well as the CSV export and the RFID scan API. And then the templates here, these templates serve to render the browser interface. So this acts as like the front end. So this is the built-in templating system of Django. So we have also a bridge here. So this bridge application or Python process is a separate Python process that reads RFID input from the Arduino RC522 RFID scanner or a keyboard-style RFID reader that will send the UID back to the Django API or the backend. So the most important files in this architecture are the attendance models.py. So inside here, we can see all the schema of the database. So since this is an ORM, so we use the models to create as database schema directly. And also we have attendance views.py. So this is for the web workflows. So the views, the REST method, and then the API get, and then requests. And then we also have attendance services.py. So this is for the RFID scan processing. And then as well as earlier, the bridge.py for the hardware communication. We also have inside database and then schema.sql. So inside here is the MySQL or MariaDB schema, which is in a SQL format instead of just Django's plain ORM model. So for the actual demonstration of our application, so our application is locally deployed or deployed through the local host. So you have to first run the Django file. So to run the Django file, we can create a terminal, and then you have to be inside the folder of the repository itself or the code base, and then you run Python or Python 3 manage.py and then run server. So this will automatically run a server under this IP address. So if we copy that and then we go back to our browser and then just paste it, it will automatically log in or redirect you to the login page. So to log in, we have two types of accounts. So first, The first account is the staff or admin account, which manages the instructors, the students, and etc. And then we also have the instructor account. So the instructor page supports the workflow for creating and managing the attendance sessions. So we will dive into that later on. So first we will log in as admin. So we already have a seed or demo instructor account, so instructor01, and then for the password, and then once you log in, you will see the admin dashboard. So after logging in again, the dashboard gives a quick overview of the database, so we can see the how many instructors, active classes, students, rooms, and today's sessions there are. So this page supports the staff workflow for creating and maintaining instructor profiles. So again, this is the for maintaining and creating the instructor profiles. We can create a new instructor and then add an employee ID and etc. And then we can also go here inside the student pages. So student pages, here we can add students and assign them to classes. So if I try and edit this, and then we can assign it a department and then a year level, and then we can also capture their RFID tab. So the flow would be you tap an ID to the scanner, and then you click the capture latest RFID tab, and it will capture that specific RFID's UID, and then it will assign it to this student. So afterwards, we also have the classes page. So classes page, this holds all the possible classes. So for example, in our class, we are BSCS 2A, and then for example, if we create a new class, and then let's put it inside, let's assign instructor to this class, and then let's assign a subject code, and the subject title, for example, is information management, and then we assign the department. So this class will be under BSCS, and then year level 2, and then section letter A, and then is active. And then if you save that, we have created a class section BSCS 2A, and then it will redirect you to this page, so where you can assign add existing students. So which students are inside of this classroom. So for example, if we add Anna M. Cruz and add student, and then it will automatically update the roster, and then it will reflect that Anna Cruz is a student of BSCS 2A CCCS 101 Information Management, which is assigned to Instructor 02 Demo. You can also import a roster. This you can import through CSV formatting, or you can edit the class or delete the class. So here inside the sessions card, you will see the attendance sessions, that if there's an active attendance session. So just for the demonstration, let's create a new instructor. Let's say JB Martinez, John Benedict Martinez, and then password, and then employee ID. Let's add a random number, and then I'm assigned BSCS, and save that. Okay, so we will demonstrate that later. So afterwards, we have rooms. So you can add rooms, for example, room 101, Rice Lab, CS Lab, etc., etc. And then for the attendance sections, you can see the active attendance sessions. The instructor side, we can log in as our created instructor as JB Martinez, and then enter their password. So afterwards, you will see the normal instructor side only sees a simpler navigation, which is the dashboard, the classes, and session. So the dashboard focuses only on that instructor's own classes and attendance data. On the class detail page, the instructor can view their classes, and then the rosters, or the students' rosters enrolled in that subject course, and add existing students, import a roster through a CSV format, create a new attendance session, and then inside the sessions list, you will see the active attendance sessions by class and highlighting sessions that are current or upcoming or already in recent history. So inside this attendance session, you can see the instructor can open attendance. So opening attendance is important because RFID taps are only accepted when the instructor intentionally opens the session. So this prevents random scans from being recorded outside the class period. So the session detail page shows the live attendance state, present count, late count, absent count, so the student attendance table, and then the scan audit panel. So the scan audit records accepted taps, the rejected taps, and duplicate taps. So you can also export a CSV, and then as you can see, it will export it in a CSV or Excel file.
The main account table is Django author_user, and each instructor has one matching instructor profile. A class section belongs to an instructor. Students are connected to class section through the enrollment table, which means the same student can belong to multiple classes. An attendance session belongs to one class section and one classroom. When a session is created, the system snapshot the enroll roster into attendance record as marked as row as absent. That means every student starts as absent, and a valid RFID tap change only that student record to present or late. The scan event table is an audit table. It stores every row scan attempt, including accepted scan, rejected scan, and duplicated scan. This is important because even the rejected scan are useful for troubleshooting. The classroom table stores the physical rooms with unique scanner code, and this classroom can host multiple attendance sessions. The student table holds individual student information, including their unique RFID tag, which means the link to scan activity. Attendance record connects to each student to a specific session, forming a complete history of their attendance status for every meeting. Overall, the ERD show how instructor, class section, student, classroom, and attendance session are all linked together, while scan event ensure that every RFID tap is recorded for transparency and accurate identity.
So for the core challenges faced and how we overcame them, so when developing the project, we encountered a problem with SAMP because I'm using Arch Linux, and then the GUI version of SAMP is not compatible with my version of Linux. So instead, I directly use the MariaDB database and the MySQL or MariaDB database directly, and then use that without the use of SAMP. So that was one of the major challenges that we faced in developing this application, and then also was making the interface feel real-time while still using regular Django templates. So instead of adding a heavier WebSocket stack. But in conclusion, the project meets the goal of a Python-based database application. It connects to a MySQL compatible database. It provides authentication, CRUD operations, relational tables, validation, search, CSV export, ERD, and the relational model diagrams. We also have seeded data and a working RFID attendance workflow. So the system improves manual attendance by letting instructors open a session, accept RFID taps, monitor attendance live, and then audit the scan events and then export those results. So for future improvements, I would suggest to add an offline scan queue to the bridge so taps are not lost when the network is down. I would also add more reporting dashboards, notifications probably for absences, and then stronger production deployment settings since this project is only locally deployed, and then possibly a more richer role permissions, and possibly a student portal where students can view their own attendance history. But nonetheless, this completes the presentation for the RFID classroom attendance.